What's up, everybody? Josh Armijo here. I hope everybody's doing good and well and stuff. I got an album review to do for you, and I'm going to be talking to you about the new album from the band Acherontas, entitled IoN, Formulas of Reptilian Unification. This is released on World Terror Committee. Now, if you're not too familiar with this band, they are based out of Athens, Greece, and the best way to describe the sound of this band would be a very occultist, spiritual, and overall Hellenic style of black metal. Yeah. Over the last several years, I would say this has been a band that has been extremely consistent in delivering music, delivering very elaborate and well thought out pieces of black metal, and definitely representative of their country. Of course, what I mean by Hellenic black metal is stuff in the vein of bands like Rotting Christ, Necromantia, Verathorn, and many more great bands of that like. Acherontas have a very deadly and powerful approach to black metal, and they do so with very awesome songwriting, great song structuring, very incredible wordplay when it comes to lyrical content and overall imagery and presentation. Acherontas are a very, very elaborate and well thought out sort of band, and they have been proving so with all of their full-length releases, most notably their previous two releases, 2011's Ventura and 2013's Amenti. I mean, just some really, really incredible music being presented with those albums. Now we get to something even more in-depth and elaborate with their fifth full-length entitled IoN, Formulas of Reptilian Unifications. It's 11 tracks, and it clocks in at around 70 minutes in length, so this is something you definitely need to immerse yourself in to listen to. I often say this a lot in my videos, but when it comes to lengthy albums, I feel that this is something that you really need to give your time, effort, and patience into listening to. Nothing to fast forward or skip through. And once you do put on this album, it definitely feels like you're entering a very elaborate and well thought out experience. This isn't just your typical sort of Greek black metal record. This is an experience. This is an event. And once you get thrown into the mix of things, you are definitely going to be in for one of the most meaningful pieces of black metal to come out in 2015. I definitely think Acherontas have reached their high peak and levels with this new album and with this concept. Musically, I think it is just sensational to listen to. Once you hear the opening riffs on Nereid Tide of Neptune's Rudra, I think the guitar work on that song is just so phenomenal. It is very elaborate and detailed, very well versed and reliable sort of sounds going on. The title track is amazing, and even songs like Shaman and the Waning Moon. Just some very well thought out, well versed and elaborate guitar riff work going on here. I really think that this is one of the main standing points of this album is just the way that these guitar riffs sound. It's very meaningful. It definitely gets... It makes you think. This is black metal that definitely not only makes your head bang, but also makes you think about stuff as well. I mean, it's very important sort of stuff going on here. I think the bass tone is very good too. I definitely love the way that it's toned and handled throughout the entire record. Once again, having somewhat of a natural sort of presence and vibe being presented all the way throughout this record. As much as a guitar-orientated record as this is, I definitely think the bass does have a very good, meaningful statement to be presented here with this album, and I definitely think that it implies a very good tone throughout this entire release. The drums are amazing to listen to as well. I definitely love the reoccurring speeds being presented here. Very fast-paced at times, very methodical and patient at times, but yet you're going to get a very good smattering of drum work being presented here. I love the double bass. I love the blast beats. I love the variety being presented here. I definitely think this is, like the rest of this album, it is very elaborate and very well thought out. I think this drummer definitely knows what he's doing here, and I'm definitely loving the extra instances of atmosphere and ambience being presented here. I mean, when you hear it on the intro track, Fires of Prometheus, and then later on throughout the record in certain elements and instances, you definitely feel like, once again, this is an experience to be listening to something like this. It definitely is. It's a breathtaking sort of thing when you listen to an album like this, and once you get not only with the music, but with the atmosphere and the included elements of soundscapes being presented here. I think it's awesome. And when it comes to the vocals, I definitely love this guy's vocal delivery. It's definitely awesome. I love his growls. I love his delivery. I definitely love his wordplay, especially when it comes to this album's lyrics. I definitely think they're very well detailed and very well handled. For a band of this style and concept, you would need to have lyrics and vocals that definitely suit this sort of record. Even the spoken word elements being presented on here definitely add a little bit of mysticism being thrown into here, and I think it's really awesome. But overall, the vocals here are definitely something to behold. I definitely love what's being shown here with the vocal style and delivery, and it definitely makes the listening experience that much more fruitful once you listen to an album like this. So overall, this album definitely surprised me a lot more than I thought it would. I definitely think that this is Acherontas reaching their high-end peak with an album like this. It's very elaborate, very well detailed, visually, sonically. I definitely think this is another high point for black metal in 2015. And considering that there have been a lot of great releases in black metal so far this year, I would definitely put Acherontas on the very high-end part of that sort of list. So, if I had to pick any favorite tracks, I would definitely have to say Neri Tide of Neptune's Rudra, the title track, Permutation in the Etheric Void, Lunar Transcendence in the Secret Kiss of Nut, and The Awakening of Astral Orphic Mysteries. Just some really incredibly elaborate songs. It's definitely worth listening to all the way through. No skips or fast forwarding for this one. So, I'm going to leave you some links in the description box as to how you can get a hold of this album and listen to it. I will link you to the World Terror Committee Bandcamp page, where you can stream this album in its entirety, hear it for yourself, and be your own judge as to whether you think it's worthy of being purchased or not. You can buy it digitally, and you can also buy it physically through the web store. It is available currently in a jewel case CD and a A5 digi-sleeve, handmade if I'm not mistaken, and I believe there will be vinyl versions in the future. And if they are touring Europe, definitely make an effort to go see them live, because I know they are very active when it comes to playing live in Europe. So definitely check them out live. So again, the album is IoN, Formulas of Reptilian Unification. This is released by Acherontas on World Terror Committee. Definitely support this great band, and I'm going to give this a very strong 9.5 out of 10. This is definitely a top 5 contender for sure, and I am looking forward to hearing more great black metal in 2015. So support Acherontas. I'm going to conclude this review. Thanks a lot for watching. Thanks for checking out my channel, and until the next time, Armijo out.